Hello, friends. In this podcast episode, I want to discuss how Pharma 4 success relies on digital skills in smart manufacturing. If you want to really become a successful, you need a digital skills which are going to adopt into smart manufacturing to bring you a quick success into Pharma 4 achievements and all. To give you a brief idea about our passion, we have started a Center of Excellence Pharma for about 5 years back. Dr. Jain Joshi, myself, have visualized how these emerging technologies can be used to revolutionize the pharmaceutical industry by embracing the principles of Industry 4. We have started with a YouTube channel, Center of Excellence Pharma 4, which has got more than 300 videos. Those are starting from business strategy, business plans, implementation methodology, covering various technologies, and going up to the KPIs, validations, and everything. We have launched a course on Udemy platform in smart manufacturing in pharma, which has got more than 20 modules covering the various aspects about the emerging technologies and pharma challenges. The podcast channel, which I'm right now talking, has also got more than 40 episodes. And we have three books published related to Pharma 4, which are available on Amazon, the Kindle edition, and paperback. So let's get it into the details. So my agenda is introduction, role of digital skills in Pharma 4, benefits of digital skills which are going to contribute into smart manufacturing, challenges in developing the digital skills, strategic workforce development, key roles which are going to contribute into digital skills development, role of data analytics, role of automation and robotics, role of cyber security, and role of cloud computing. These are the main four areas which I have considered over here. In the introduction, we have to really look at and think about it. What is the concept about the Pharma 4, which is expecting digital technology adoption, which is expecting a end-to-end seamless data integration, like mainly into digital supply chain management, and smart manufacturing is a part of it. So smart manufacturing will create a efficient production environment, keeping in mind the patient-centric approach. And we have to develop a workforce which will have a familiarity with a digital skill, and that will help in adopting full potential about the smart manufacturing. So what are the roles of digital skills, the various into pharma industry? The first one, as I mentioned, is the data analytics and management. We have to build the skills about proficiency in data integration, analysis, and interpretation. We have to leverage the real-time data which is going to be captured directly from the manufacturing execution system, which will help in optimizing the manufacturing process. And third, it should improve in the decision making. The next skill is automation and robotics. We have to have a knowledge of programming and operating systems and maintaining the automated systems. We are moving from analog systems to the digital systems, and automating those business processes and optimizing them is the main important thing. And then comes the enhancements of operational efficiency and scalability. The third skill which is required is the cybersecurity. We have to develop our enterprise expertise in cybersecurity because to secure the interconnected system. As you know, we are capturing the data from manufacturing machines, equipment. They are capturing the data about the production. We are capturing the data about the product phase, batch wise, and all that, and which is going to get stored into the cloud and shared with all the stakeholders for data driven decision making. This data has to be accurate and it has to be foolproof to support the right, correct, accurate decisions and all. So ensuring this secure operation for the digital manufacturing environment is very important. And the last one is cloud computing and IoT. As I mentioned that this data is going to go to the cloud system, so you have to have a familiarity with the cloud platform and IoT enabled devices. So they are capturing the data directly from the sensors and process of monitoring across the manufacturing ecosystem has to be considered. Now, benefits of these digital skills in smart manufacturing are very important. This enhances the efficiency, real-time monitoring and predictive analytics reduces the downtime, optimizes the workflows and minimizes the human error. We have getting a better improved quality control, which helps by advanced analytics, which enables the early detection of any challenges into the quality issues. If there are any anomalies or if there are any deviations, those needs to be identified as early as possible and take a necessary corrective action. And this ensures the consistent product standards. We are also looking for developing a personalized medicine center and digital technologies will support production of customized drugs in near future. This will help in tailor to individual patients' requirements and needs. It helps in faster time to market. Automation accelerates the drug discovery, drug development, production cycle, and sustainability also. So these are the certain benefits which can be achieved. So what are the challenges in developing these skills? Now, there are skill gaps are there. Many professionals lack those technology skills, because they are not habituated with the new emerging technologies which are coming up. And this is where the training programs need to be developed on emerging technologies which are really required. Then there is cultural shift. Organizations must foster a culture of innovation. Earlier, it was not a basic requirement, but in a changing business environments, competition, this is a must. Innovation has to be there. And that requires a continuous learning is essential to adapt to the new technology paradigm. Integration and complexity. Aligning existing systems with a new digital framework is an important challenge because earlier analog systems were siloed based and the new systems which are going to come is a seamless integrations and all. So these changes are required and that requires a specialized expertise in systems interoperability. So the strategic workforce have to be developed with the new skills. So we have to identify the skill gaps and identify what are their current competencies are there and what are the future requirements, what skills they should develop it. And then you have to create a targeted training programs to match that, from present competencies to the future requirements. Then you have to have the skill management framework you have to develop it. So which will help in aligning those employee developments along with the corporate strategies. In the company, we will have some targets, we'll have some goals, we will have some objectives. Either could be sales achievement, could be product quality, could be product costing, could be profitability, or many more things are there. So those needs to be identified, and this has to work together, and that will foster the innovation and flexibility into the skills and all. And then you have to collaborate with the technology partners. As I mentioned earlier, we discussed about the technology like cloud, IoT, artificial intelligence, and all that. And then you will have to find out those technology companies which can really help you in upgrading the skills about the employees. At the same time, will help you in upgrading your present systems with the new digital systems and all. And that will give you access to the cutting edge tools and expertise. And then that will help in seamless transformation to the digital system. So how those key roles in digital skills and how they will assist, let's look at it in it. Now we have to really facilitate into going to the digital maturity. So we have discussed about the various digital skills which are really required. Now, how we will achieve those maturity stages? There will be different stages. You will have to pass through the basic and then advanced and then expertise and all that. So various maturity stages have to be laid down, and these have to really match with the Pharma 4 advancements which you are really planning it off. So automation of the manual processes is have to be thought about. Right? So initial stages you'll have to phase it out those maturity steps, and then you'll have to seamless operation, to increase that efficiency. This will be into the phase manner. You cannot really jump into it. So you have to really lay down a plan according to that. And then that will create a interconnected ecosystems. As we discuss about the smart manufacturing, then there is a demand side system, there will be supply side system, there will be operation side system. All have to be integrated into an ecosystem because this involves people, machines, and processes and all. So a real-time decision making will come when everything gets integrated, and then will also help in adoption of the predictive analytics and all. And then that will help you in advanced analytics, at the later stage. As we move about the digital maturity, this proficiency of data analytics have to be built up. So you have to utilize that artificial intelligence and machine learning tools along with the predictive monitoring and quality control. Another most important thing is the supply chain optimization. We have to improve the efficiency and which will reduce the cost into the manufacturing. When we discuss about the smart manufacturing, it covers that people, processes, and equipment which I mentioned it earlier. And then the next step is connecting with the demand forecasting, anticipating market needs, and which also involves adoption of AI tools and machine learning and all, which will give a confidence to the customers or the patients that they will get a timely the product availability. Enabling the IoT integration is another skill which we have to really think about it and develop it actually. So the adoption of IoT-based systems which will help in connecting with the sensors and devices and equipment and all. And when monitoring this production process in real time will bring a lot of benefits in smart manufacturing. So this will also require a standardization, improves consistency and quality. Data collection is another skill which is required, because which is valuable information is getting captured, which has to be accurate and right time, real time basis and all, which will be good for the data driven decision making and all that. Then comes the predictive maintenance. So anticipating any failures, you have to take a necessary corrective action so that these issues will not occur it, and your machines or equipments will deliver quality and quantitative products. Right. Better utilization of what the machines and personnel is required, which will reduce the downtime and so. This will also drive to the automation and robotics. And I'm just mentioning this various skills which are really going to contribute when you want to achieve to this Pharma 4. But driving automation and robotics is a key area once you have reached to a particular stage of digital maturity, because you will have to have a expertise in programming those automated systems and all that. And that will ensure the besides manufacturing with a minimum human intervention. As we know, human intervention is there that will bring a lot of mistakes, errors into the system. So we want to avoid them. We want to automate all the systems as much as possible. And then that will get combined with the robotics along with the artificial intelligence for self-adapting systems and all that. This will improve the flexibility and responsiveness from the manufacturing systems and all. And that will get integrated with the cloud computing. So this knowledge about the cloud platforms has to be there. How this data will go into the cloud system, how it will be stored, how it will get integrated with artificial intelligence algorithms, and will help in with data sharing across the organization with all stakeholders, and that will also help in decision making. At the same time, will help in storing the regulatory requirement documentation also, which really becomes a very useful, and it's a more accurate with lot of time savings will be, and that will bring you collaboration and all the things. So let's look at the more in details into the roles of everything. So let's look at the role of data analytics, which can help in. So the first one is, of course, a drug development. So there is a drug development has got a very important thing, because there's a huge amount of data. It could be a biological data, chemical data, clinical trial data, and all the things. And this huge big data needs a good analysis and all that. Right? So you have to identify that what is the drug candidate, what is the drug substances, what are the drug trials which you are really looking at it, and how this data analytics will help in working out a precise your trials, methods, experiments, and all that. And then that will benefit in time to market with the new drugs. Your cycle, which is really requiring through the drug development, can be reduced, and then that will lower the development cost, and that will have more and better accurate accessibility even to the patients also. If you want to share all the data along with the patients and they get their feedback, it could be into clinical trials or it could be the direct patients also. So that's the thing. The second operation about the data analytics is into quality assurance and controls. That advanced analytic tools will monitor the production process, your manufacturing execution system in a real-time basis. And that will ensure the compliances with the stringent quality standard. And a continuous data analytics will help if there are any possibilities of any defects or deviations from the standards are there, those will get identified and then you can take a necessary corrective action. So that prediction of potential issues can be visualized much earlier than what it actually happens later on. And then proactive corrective actions, when you will take it, that will reduce the not only the defects, but even the time which could have been lost into those correcting actions and all that. And then you will get a product consistency with the quality also and reduces the wastage. The third uh, good application about the data analytics is predictive maintenance. Your analytics is driven insight. No, will utilize the IoT data from sensor. No, it may be temperature, pressures, vibrations, or something like that. This will help in forecasting the equipment failures. And if you know that this is likely to happen, you can accelerate a corrective action. And then that will minimize your downtime. It will reduce the unexpected breakdown and will ensure you the continuous production operation, and you will have a good quality and good quantity productions and all. This will improve the optimization of the assets utilizations also and improve the efficiency. This will minimize the equipment lifespan and will ensure the seamless production, which will maintain a consistent output with minimum delay there. And the last where you will have a major impact about your data analytics is supply chain optimization. You will have a real-time visibility about the data into the complete supply chain management. And data analytics will offer a real-time tracking about your raw material movement from the various production stages as the material is moving and it will gain changes into the manufacturing stages. This enables the effective monitoring of the finished products. So you know exactly when this finished product is likely to come, so you can do the necessary planning. If you see any quality challenges, then you can take necessary corrective actions and all. And this will link up to your predictive models about the demand forecasting. So that will help in forecasting the demand more accurately. And if you are going to support to the demand, then market will also accept it and market will also give you the exact requirement about the demand. So no, that will help in minimizing the disruptions into the potential supply chains and help in optimizing the inventory levels also. And then the last one is about the regulatory compliances. Automating those workflows will help in streamlining those processes to meet regulatory requirement, reduces manual interventions and errors, maintaining the comprehensive data records, ensure the true documentation about from audit point of view, and facilitate the easy retrieval. See, the advantage of digital transformation is you can very well recall the data for any product, any batch, any time manufactured over a period of years after you start digitizing your systems. And this will adhere to so good manufacturing that it's all GPC, GMP requirements also and minimizes the administrative burdens and all. The next skill which I want to discuss is about automation and robotics, how it's going to contribute into the pharma. We are looking out for streamlining our manufacturing process, manufacturing executive system. So this requires an automation and robotics into the manufacturing. So you can optimize the critical tasks like maybe tablet pressing, capsule filling, or something like that, no? Which are repetitive tasks are there, and but they are very critical. In some such cases, you can do the automation and you can use the robotic to get a better efficiency, accurate efficiency and all, and enhancing the while filling or medical devices assembling and all. These are the certain applications which you can really think about it, how you can do the automations and all. You can also think about the speed and precision, how that robotic systems can really work, the performing operations with unmatched speed and all that. And this will ensure the precision in manufacturing processes. Minimizing the contamination risk is reducing contamination to the automated because there is no manual interfaces or something like that, and it's completely automated. And that will give you high standards of the product quality. So there will be consistent product quality. Robotic systems will ensure the uniformity into the production and maintain the consistency into the product output. This will also enhance the quality control. Automated inspections will monitor the product quality at each and every stage of operation. You may even adopt the machine vision technologies to detect the defects into a real-time basis and all. And then that will ensure the compliances with the regulatory standards. Then you will have a predictive maintenance. You will have a IoT-enabled sensors which are going to be used for predicting the equipment failures, and that will reduce your downtime and optimize the asset utilization. So, automation and robotic skills will help you in building up this, and that will ensure the uninterrupted production cycle. And finally, yes, the supply chain optimization, which everyone is looking at it to have a better inventory management and order fulfillment system. It will improve onto the logistic operation and will deliver the timely and to the customers and patients, and that will reduce the cost also. So we have been really looking and discussing about the digital maturity stages also. So as we go on moving, the automation robotics is a stage which will help you in building up a more maturity to your processor. Then the next skill which is required is the cyber security challenges, which are really coming up into the pharma industry. Data sensitivity is very important because you may be handling patients' health records, you may be having proprietary drug formulas, you may be having some clinical trials data, and cyber criminals are interested in stealing this valuable information, and they want to compromise this data integrity into your system, which is the most important challenge as far as the pharma industry is concerned. Then there are ransomware attacks which are really coming up. Significant threat is there from there that poses the risk to your production lines, which want to compromise the data integrity. Data integrity is most important thing when we are talking about the complete end-to-end digital supply chain management. Cyber criminal activities are there. They want to encrypt the critical data. They want to demand ransom for the data release and all. And operational and safety concerns are there for every pharma company. And then because that may halt your operation also and they jeopardize the patient safety. So this is becoming very important. IoT are more vulnerable because now integration of IoT devices, they take entry points from the cyber attack. Right? That it is capturing the data directly from the machines or maybe from the vehicles or anything. And this is more vulnerable. And you have your legacy system when you're looking from upgrading to the adequate securities, we have to really think about it and how that balance. And this will get it into the regulatory compliances like GDPR or 21 CFR Part 11. As you know, 21 CFR Part 11 is giving security codes and access to the data and all that. If then that really gets mismatch or something, and but he is getting access into that, it may really spoil or maybe change the data, which will make create a very important challenge for you. That's sensitive data. And supply chain risk are there. Reliance on to the third party vendors will increase the exposure to the supply chain attacks and all. And so you have to also ensure that your partner systems, which you may get integrated with your entire solution, which we have to really take into consideration. And then last skill which I want to discuss is about the cloud computing. As the base of about all this data is moving to the cloud. So data centralization and accessibility is very important because we are storing the vast amount of data, and that includes starting from clinical trials, genomic information, manufacturing data to supply chain management. And this is very, very important. And then a huge amount of data, it's the storage, it's analysis, it's linkages with algorithms of artificial intelligence, machine learning is becoming very important and all that sort of thing. So cloud accessibility into storing the data with the from authorized devices is very important, and which is going to contribute in faster decision making and collaborations actually. Scalability and cost efficiency. As the data is increasing, the volume is increasing, the scalability has to be there. So your hardware has to be in such a position that it will go on accepting the data. At the same time, it will keep the analysis and all at a faster speed and all that. Significant upfront investment which is really required into hardware, which will be taken care by the cloud systems and all, and that will bring the cost efficiency, and will have a like a cloud system. At the same time, it will also support the innovation and without any heavy financial burden. Advanced analytics will get supported only by the cloud system. So leveraging cloud-based analytics tools are available, and since the large data sets from the production and supply chain operation information will be there, and what analytics can really help over there. And this will help in optimizing the workloads, improving the efficiency and productivity, predicting market trends, which are like looking at it from the consumer demand, patients' demand, and all that, and improving the product quality are also there. Regulatory compliance data is also increasing, which again will be supported by the cloud technology and essential for meeting the stringent regulatory requirement will be supported and ensure the traceability of the data. Good manufacturing practices and cloud solutions will support the compliance of the GMP requirement. And it will also ensure the data security. In a last point, we discussed about the cybersecurity. Cloud will also provide you the encryption and protection of the sensitive data. So you will also have a one layer of protection from the cloud technology also. And over and above, you can also build up an extra layer of the security. So finally, coming to the conclusion, I discussed lot of digital skills, which are really required. So, companies have to really plan out and design those courses, which we have already incorporated many courses into our YouTube channel, into our Udemy platform, and we are also sharing those into our episodes also. So, adoption of this detailing will help you in improving your skill, and then that investment into the technology and education and training will help you in developing those skills, and this is where you can build up a partnerships who know about this knowledge sharing and innovation, and either from the technology partners, about the domain partners, or your supporting implementation partners and all that. So that is what really you should plug it out and all. So a lot of this knowledge sharing is already available on to various platforms. So I do suggest or I do request to all of you, do share this with your network. Do share your comments onto this also, so which we can really help in our future process and look at it our books also. I'm quite sure you will be able to develop your knowledge, which will be helpful in your career at the same time to the company for the enhancing about the operational and business excellence. Thank you. Bye.